In a village, tucked between blue mountains and a river that knows everyone's secrets, lived a young woman named Abeni. Abeni wasn't only beautiful, though yes, her smile could disarm an argument. What made people lean in was her kindness. When the market women were short on change, Abeni smoothed it out. When the school children fought over mangoes, Abeni split them fair. She was the kind of person whose presence made you breathe easier. But kindness doesn't stop gossip. Seasons passed. Suitors came with kola nuts and cowries, shiny sandals, and sharper promises. Abeni listened, because she was respectful, but her heart did not move. Some men were proud, some careless with words. She wanted a love that felt like home, not a doorway she'd always be afraid to step through. The whispers began. Is she too picky? Maybe a curse? Her standards are too high. You know how village talk is, fast like the Harmattan wind. Her parents tried to be patient, but their eyes were tired. Then one evening, just as the sun was going down, orange on the river, birds finding their last branches, a stranger walked into the square. He was tall, calm, and handsome in a quiet, confident way. He introduced himself as Oba. Oba spoke like palm wine, smooth, a little sweet. He greeted elders properly, helped a boy lift a water pot, paid fairly at the yam stall. People noticed. And when Oba's eyes met Abeni's across the market, time slowed. The world seemed to step back to watch. Within days, Oba visited Abeni's family with respect and gifts. He answered questions without slipping. His people lived across the river. He was a trader. He had a good compound, and he came seeking a wife of good character. He praised Abeni's kindness, praised her parents, praised the village. Agreements were made, dates were set. Drummers began practicing rhythms that make feet forget they're tired. Cloth dyers boiled indigo. The smell of pepper soup drifted over fences. Only one person remained unsure. Grandmother Ife, the quiet weather reader, the dream watcher, the kind of elder who sees what the rest of us miss. She didn't speak against the match. She simply watched. The first sign was small. On a hot afternoon, Oba and Abeni sat under the udala tree. Everyone fanned themselves, but Oba never seemed to sweat. Some men just don't sweat, the aunties laughed. The second sign, dogs at Abeni's compound barked at everyone new, except Oba. They simply stepped aside, like grass parting for a breeze. The third sign came at the river. The evening sun laid a gold path across the water. Abeni's friends splashed their feet. Oba stood back smiling. When he finally walked across the sand, his prints were faint, like the river refused to remember him. Still, who studies footprints when their heart is dancing? Grandmother Eve visited Abeni. Child, love is sweet, but do not rush your eyes. Ask him about his people. Ask to visit, Abeni asked. But Oba only smiled. Soon, after we are married, I will carry you there with honor. Preparations swelled. Drums rolled like thunder. The tailor stitched glittering cloth. Oba brought more gifts. Smoked fish, fine beads, a carved stool. He was generous, almost too generous. But people said, let blessings bless, and moved on. The wedding day came. The square bloomed with color. Calabashes shone. Young boys carried palm fronds. Aunties danced. Oba arrived in white so bright, it made the day look freshly washed. He bowed to elders, greeted parents, and when he took Abeni's hand, the whole village exhaled. They ate, they danced, they laughed. At evening, the couple walked to Oba's house near the river. Lanterns bobbed like fireflies. Songs softened into humming. At the doorway, Oba smiled. Thank you, everyone. Leave us now. We will greet you in the morning. The door closed. Inside, Abeni's heart beat like a happy drum. The room was beautiful. Oba lit a lamp. The flame shivered strangely. She reached for his hand. It was cool, like river stones at midnight. "Are you well?" she asked. "I am well," he said. But then he stepped back. "Abeni, I have something to tell you before we begin our married life." She smiled nervously. "Tell me." He closed his eyes. "I came from the other side of the river." She laughed a little. "Everyone comes across the river." He shook his head. "No, Abeni. I came from the other side. I died 1 season ago on the trading road. My people mourned me. When I saw you in the market, I felt life again. I wanted to be worthy of you." Abeni gasped. "You are dead?" "Between," he said. "Not yet gone. Not fully here." Oba reached for her. His hands passed through her wrapper like mist, before finding weight. His eyes begged for understanding. "I wanted to be a husband. I meant no harm." A soft knock came at the door. A careful, old knock. A voice called, "Child, it is Ife. Open." Abeni opened the door. Grandmother Ife stepped in with a calabash and chalk. She looked at Oba, tenderly, but firmly. "You have walked too far from where your feet are allowed." Oba lowered his head. "I know," she told him. "Your longing was human, but your actions were not kind to the living or respectful to the dead. Silence is also a kind of speaking." Oba's voice shook. "My mother still waits for me at sunset. Tell her I kept my honor. Tell her I found kindness." Grandmother Ife nodded. "We will send word. Your name will be washed and laid to rest with respect." Then she drew a boundary with chalk and sang an old song, the kind of song that reminds feet where they belong. Oba looked at Abeni one last time. "Forgive me. I meant to love you, not frighten you." Abeni whispered, "Wanting good is not the same as doing right." Oba bowed his head. "You speak truth like water. Thank you for letting me feel close to life again." And then he faded, slowly, gently, like dawn, pushing night away. In the morning, Abeni and Grandmother Ife told the truth. The village was shocked, but they listened. Runners carried the message to Oba's family across the river. His mother wept to hear he had found kindness before passing. They honored him with proper rites. The village learned a hard but good lesson. They stopped mocking those who married late. They asked real questions. They learned that love must be honest to be true. Abeni healed with time. She laughed again. She told children stories about footprints, about honesty, and about how love without truth is only a shadow. And so, my friends, remember this. Do not let loneliness blind you. Ask the questions that matter. Respect boundaries between people and between worlds. Listen to the elders, who have seen many seasons. And when you learn better, do better, together. Abeni's story is not about fear, it is about honesty. It teaches us, wanting good is not the same as doing good. The bridge between the two is truth. If one evening, a stranger comes to your gate, with eyes like calm water and gifts that sparkle, welcome him. But welcome with your eyes open and your questions ready. Let your love be warm and wise. That is how both the living and the dead can rest in peace.